Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into some really powerful ideas from the Intuitive Edge Mastering Modern Female Leadership. We're going to unpack a toolkit that's all about leading more effectively without, completely burning out. So let's get right into it.
All right, let's start with the big one right off the bat. Are you working harder or are you working smarter? I mean, we're all told to hustle, right? To grind, to just put in more and more hours. But what if more hours just isn't the answer? This entire explainer is about making that shift, moving away from a mindset of pure effort to one of real strategic effectiveness.
And that leads us to this idea, the Work Smarter promise. The core concept here is pretty simple but powerful. True effectiveness doesn't come from piling on more hours. It comes from tapping into these innate talents you already have, talents you might even be undervaluing right now.
And that's exactly what we're going to build today. This isn't about little productivity hacks or, a new to-do list app. This is about a fundamental leadership toolkit. It's designed to help you tap into abilities you already possess so you can achieve way more, but with a lot less strain.
Okay, let's get into our very first tool. We're calling it your inner compass. This is all about awakening your instincts, really learning to tune in and listen to that inner voice to guide the way you lead.
So, what is intuitive leadership, really? Well, think of it as trusting your gut, but in a really smart, informed way. It's your ability to process all this complex information that's flying at you, tap into your deep-seated knowledge and experience, and then make decisions with real, authentic confidence.
And this quote from the source really gets to the heart of it. The goal isn't to teach you some brand new skill from scratch. It's about awakening something that is already there. It's about giving yourself permission to use your inner talent as a totally valid and incredibly powerful leadership tool.
And the results of doing this? They're super practical. This isn't some fuzzy, abstract idea. The source material is clear. It leads to faster, more confident decisions. It helps you cut through all that noise and complexity we face every day. It fosters a leadership style that is genuinely you, and it can even help you spot those hidden opportunities that other people just don't see.
All right, moving on to our second tool, the Innovator's Lens. Now this one is really cool because it combines two powerful concepts from the source material, creativity and something it calls high observation skills.
This is such a critical point. We tend to think of creativity as this magical lightning bolt of inspiration that just strikes randomly. But the source frames it completely differently. It suggests that real, true innovation comes from just observing the world more clearly, noticing the details, the problems, the patterns that everybody else is just walking right past.
So how do you actually get better at this? Well, here are 3 super actionable steps straight from the source. Number 1, practice listening to understand, not just waiting for your turn to reply. We've all been there, right? Second, you've got to actively look for patterns in all the noise, the hidden connections. And number 3, and this one is a real game changer, every single day, just question one normal assumption. Ask, why do we do it this way? Because that is where innovation really begins.
And that brings us to our final and maybe the most powerful tool in the kit, the power of compassion. Now, the source material is very clear about this. This isn't some soft skill. It's a strategic key to winning. It's a core leadership competency. Just look at the difference here. It's pretty stark, right? A low compassion environment, that creates fear, high turnover, and low engagement. But a high compassion culture, that builds trust, loyalty, and the kind of psychological safety where real innovation can actually happen. The business results really do speak for themselves. This isn't just about being nice, it's about being incredibly effective. The source is so direct about this, calling compassion a key to win and specifically highlighting it for women leaders. It completely reframes empathy not as some kind of weakness, but as a clear strategic advantage for building teams that are strong, resilient, and super innovative.
Okay, so let's pull all of this together now. Let's talk about mastering your intuitive edge. We've looked at 3 distinct tools, the inner compass, the innovator's lens, and the power of compassion. But their real magic happens when you stop seeing them as separate skills and start using them as one integrated system. This table here gives us the perfect summary, right? Your inner compass, your instinct. It leads to faster, more authentic decisions. Your innovator's lens, your creativity and observation. It fuels better, more innovative solutions. And your human connection, your compassion. It builds stronger, more loyal teams. See how each one helps you work smarter, not harder?
And here is the biggest takeaway of all. Your intuition helps you know what to do. Your observation helps you see how to do it better. And your compassion creates the kind of team environment where it can all actually get done. They all reinforce each other, creating this really powerful and, more importantly, sustainable leadership style.
So that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Looking at this toolkit we've unpacked, which of these intuitive tools will you focus on sharpening first? Whether it's trusting your instincts, sharpening your observation, or leading with compassion, that journey to working smarter starts with just that one small conscious step.